No.
Like I said, it's we've been very critical of Kevin Stefanski, and you know what? I'm not gonna say he don't deserve it, but when it comes to the play calling, it's really not as bad as I thought it was. It's actually the play calling is actually decent. We just don't got the playmakers. That's just at the end of the day, you see that it's some offensive line stuff. Dylan Gabriel missed some stuff, and then it's just flat out guys not making plays or not winning their one-on-ones. And I don't know what you want them to do. Like so,
I don't know whether I was more. I don't know whether I should feel better or encouraged or worse, because the thing that hit me and it smacked me in the face, Tyvis, was this. We don't have any receivers at all.
I just seen this thing that said that it's a couple of receivers that might be on the block, trade block. I've been screaming this Chris Olave stuff for the long. I see he on the block, Jalen Waddle on the block, and it's another receiver that's on the block. If that's the case, man, we got to do something, bro. This is.
Hey,
how you expect a quarterback? Well, I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong, Dylan wasn't perfect, but even on some of the passes that he was good on, like they not making the play, so it's a mess.
Let me get to the super that G Bush. What does develop mean? Didn't the quarterbacks already come into the league developed?
You would think, especially somebody that's 6 years in, but you never know. People coach things differently. For example, I always go back to the Sam Darnold example, because Sam Darnold, you would think he played at USC. You would think he come in the league and he would be ready to go. Obviously, you've seen how he was with the Jets and how he struggled. He said that he didn't understand. He didn't see the game of football in a clear light until he got to San Francisco and Kyle Shanahan taught him the game. That's when he first started seeing it. He then left there and went to Kevin O'Connell, who also built on that, helping him see the game in a different light. And now you see Sam Darnold out there balling. So you would think that college kids can come in and be ready to go, but I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's not the same. Like the development in college is not the same. Guys are taught this system that's gonna help, that benefits me. It might not necessarily help you on the next level, but it helps me win games right now. So this is what we do, and this is what I need you to see. I told you, they might not do it as much now, but it's so many check with me's in college back when I was playing. Check with me is when you see that whole team look to that sideline and then that coach called a play. That's doing a quarterback a disservice because he's not figuring out what.
Well, at least when they got rid of them billboards, where it'd be Bart Simpson, a Snickers bar, and a bowling ball, and you'd be like, huh?
Like what I'm saying is, there's so many quarterbacks that came in the league, like looking at that, like that was how they learned the game, was check with. I learned from my coach, or I looked to the sideline and they pointed out what to call. Like, so they took the thinking out for the quarterback. Now you get to the league and you want them to think and be able to read coverage and all these things, and they have never done that. So it takes them a while to learn these things. And like I say, it is what it is. Like it is. Yeah, that's my whole spiel on that whole.
Miss Bell 70, Kevin Stefanski let them whoop on Dylan's head. Exactly. So here's the thing: we're gonna dig down into this. I've always thought about this, Tyvis, and I'm gonna get you an example on this. For me, I've always felt that a franchise quarterback or a quarterback, there's two things that separate the regular dudes and the backups. The two things that are gonna separate them is this: when you are gonna let it rip. And there's one thing that I will give about Shedeur Sanders is Shedeur Sanders ain't going to play dink and dunk football. Now, that may scare some people, but when you see Jameis Winston throw the ball downfield, when you saw Joe Flacco in 2023 throw the ball downfield, you need in the league that play to Isaiah Bond. That's the difference between I'm him or I'm just going to play it safe.
I think that you got to at least be able to be willing to put that on tape, because it makes a defense play honest. Right now, everybody see the same thing we see. They're going to dink and dunk their way down the field. So it makes them feel like I can jump routes. I can jump things. The moment you throw that deep post, it's like, now that safety like, oh, my God. Even if he don't catch it, that safety like, oh, my God, I got to stay back now. I can't jump them digs. I got to stay back. So now the dig is open, but you got to show them that you aren't scared to take those risks. And I feel like that was just a missed opportunity.
So, and how we look at this thing, and as a defensive back, if you were playing the Cleveland Browns, what would your scouting report be? You're a defensive back.
Oh my God!
What's the scouting report for you? Because here's the reason I got you on here. I'm bringing professionals from all over the place. I got Darren Smith. We talked about journalism last night. Shout out to y'all. We talked about journalism practices, right? So I got Tyvis Powell. We pull up on the memberships and the members only so we can give you the insight. If you was playing the Cleveland Browns and you was like, I'm looking at what the Cleveland Browns do well. Here's what I need to worry about. Here's what I don't need to worry about. What are you looking at, Tyvis, in terms of what you would be scared of?
What would I be scared of? I wouldn't be scared of anything because they haven't shown me the ability that anybody can win their one-on-ones consistently. Jerry Jeudy is the only person that would even give you a little pause of a challenge. Everybody else can be just use your technique and you'll probably clamp them up, you know? So, like, to me, I'm not worried about the speed. Isaiah Bond is the only person that got some speed that really stretches the field, but they're not going to throw him the ball. What is there to fear? And then on top of that, their offensive line is not good. So it's not like I'm blocking. I got to cover for that long. All I got to do is cover for a little bit, take away his first read, make him hold the ball, and it's probably going to be a sack.
Yeah, that don't listen. Going to this week, obviously it's a 1-5 football team. Before we get you out of here, it's a 1-5 game. And a lot of people want to know what are we talking about, and what do you believe Kevin Stefanski needs to see, or the Cleveland Browns organization needs to see, if there is a quarterback change? One of the things I looked at was we talked to Ross Tucker today. Ross said, listen, Dylan did some good things. Dylan missed some throws. Dylan did some bad things. But for me, the problem with Dylan Gabriel is he's going to play it close to the vest to a point where he's not really going to put the ball in harm's way to look crazy bad. So what would you need to see? What do you think Kevin Stefanski would need to see to even contemplate the trade or contemplate put Shedeur Sanders in the football game?
Oh, well, I think that if he wants to put Shedeur in the game, Dylan would have to go out there and just completely look lost. I think that the reason that they trust Dylan, the reason why they trust Dylan so much and not Shedeur, you know what I think it is, what it's starting to boil down to, is that Dylan listens to Kevin as far as he's not going to take that risk. Shedeur comes off as the type of player that's like, Kevin, like, listen, Shedeur, don't throw that dig. Don't throw that post. If that post is, don't throw that. Just throw it out the back of the end zone. If it ain't there, throw it out the back of the end zone. And Shedeur comes off as the person like, I'm going to get out there. And I know he told me that if it ain't there to throw it out, I'm going to try to thread this. I'm going to put it on. Think about this. You remember the Carolina game, his two touchdown passes. Mm-hmm. Every last one of them was threaded through double or triple coverage. So he will roll the dice. And Kevin just is like, I don't want to see that right now for a young guy. That's the difference. To me, I think Shedeur will roll the dice, which the bigger the risk, the bigger the check. You think Jameis went out there and balled because he wasn't scared to throw the ball. Joe Flacco went out there and balled 2 years ago because he said, I just let the thing rip. Any quarterback that just lets it rip, teams that have success, it's only when they get in their mind that I got to play it safe and play it like and be scared to throw the ball that you start seeing it look as bad as it looks. Deshaun Watson, again, he was a guy that when he first got there, he took some risks. As he continued to be with Kevin, he started that last time we seen him, it was all 5-yard routes and all of those things. It was nothing deep. Who else? Who else came in there last year? Anybody else that came? Joe Flacco this year was playing it close to the vest. Everybody has played it close to the vest. But when this offense has truly looked the best, has been when guys weren't scared to take those risks. You know how risky it is to throw a bang eight or run a skinny post route and throw it like it. And let it fly, like that's when the thing. So I think, to me, I think Shedeur actually would have some success in the thing, but for some odd reason, he's just scared to let him go out there because he think he gonna throw them picks and he think he gonna hold the ball for too long, and I think that's just ultimately where we at right now.
Powers OG, watch the first preseason game versus the Carolina Panthers. I should remind you, they have a better record than us. Don't believe your lying eyes. That offense looked good. He put it in triple triangles. And then to finally put this one, and I got to play this last. C.A. Anderson said, Tyvis, to be honest, I was not messing with you, dog. I was not messing with you, Tyvis, until today. Thanks, because I learned a little more today. And that is what we are here for.
That's what I'm here for, man. I get it. I know a lot of people look at me like, oh, he just trying to be politically correct, or he's scared to say things because he worked for the Browns. That's not the truth. That's not true at all, honestly. I say, first of all, it's not that they tell me what I can and cannot say. right? The rule if you work for the Browns is that you could be critical of the Browns. You just can't make it personal. It can't be a personal attack. And I would never do that anyway. So I'm always going to be honest with y'all. The only person that I would never, ever disrespect is Jimmy Haslam, and that's because he signs my checks. Anybody else is fair game. That's what y'all need to know about me. I say whatever about anybody else, but I'm not saying nothing about Jimmy Haslam.
Here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing, though. And the reason I love, and I always tell people over here, it's about the integrity of the film. Like, there is no football player that if you pull some film up and you bring them in and they done played and had their hand in the ground before or in a back pedal, they are not going to gas you, because any other football player is going to say, hey, bro, you know what the code of conduct is. You're going to get that work. You can't lie.
You can't say, like, even if a player saw this and got mad at me, bro, it's what you put. It's what you want me to say. Like, this is what you gonna look at it and tell me I'm wrong?
Man, we got one more super. Miss Bell. Shedeur is going to go for it.
I know he is
to win. And by the way, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If he can come in and he starts throwing that ball, because what I wanted to find out is there plays to be had. See, I got to go do the homework, and I said, hold on, does Kevin have any plays to be had out here?
You see it.
And you see it. If he has that play and he throw that Band-Aid, somebody going to hit their head on the goalpost, man.
I'm pretty sure Shedeur would have threw that post route. Like, it's an easy read. You look at that safety. If he flat-foot the thing, throw the post, because he's not going to stop. They can't do nothing about it.
Hey, I'm going to tell you what. At the end of the day, I can't wait. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't wait. I want to see it. Don't you trip up against the Miami this week, man. But with that being said, we're going to let you go, Tyvis. We appreciate you pulling up, and we want to thank everybody else for coming in, playing. Hopefully, the goal of this is for everybody to learn a little more and to gain a little knowledge and to learn the team a little better. And I think we did that today. So with that being said, we appreciate you guys. Same place, same time. We'll catch you next Wednesday right here on the Barbershop.